everybody, I'm Amy, this is my wife Maggie,
Hello.
and together we are ThinkerThemer, and it is that time of year again where we look forward and think about what are we most anticipating for games in 2026.
Yeah.
Now, my number 8 is a card game, not a trick-taking game, but this game seems like a really strategic kind of tactical game. It is called Flockers. Now, this game is a game about bird migration, but that's not what drew me in, although I do like the art. It is by the designer of Feudum. Now, if you've heard of Feudum, most people have, because it is a really big, sprawling game that has some of the craziest but also most appealing artwork, and yet it's a game that's really hard to find. It's a game that takes a really long time to play, and you really want someone to teach it to you.
Yeah.
And that has never happened for us. It's
Lots of barriers of entry for this.
there has
game
been.
to hit
So
the table.
you need to find someone who has a copy. It's not usually at a convention, and then you need to have the time and space because it requires a lot of.
Actually, I have seen it at a convention, and it was one of those, like, everyone was like, is that feud? It was like, is it happening?
With all the beautiful, like, extra pieces.
I love how
and
bright
everything.
the art is. In that one,
Yeah. So we've never played Feudum, but I know of it, and I've heard people really
Heard the
love it.
legends.
I have heard the legends, and so I'm really intrigued by what the designers pulled together for this card game. So essentially, what you are doing is you're building out a tableau, but this tableau you're building out in a V shape to look like your flock that is migrating. But at the same time, there is a sequence of cards that's being built by the table in the middle that has different types of terrain in it. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to create a flock of birds that can fly through the different types of terrain. But I think the tension point is whether you contribute the terrain type to the center or you work on your own flock to make sure they can fly through that terrain. So I think there's a lot of choice about what is everybody else playing down, and therefore do I now want to contribute to my own tableau, or do I want to contribute to the middle? And what I really also like about this game is there's like a physical little bird on a stand that travels through the terrain that represents where you're at in essentially what is a race, I believe, to get through that puzzle using your flock and its abilities to get as far through as you can. So the question becomes, do you contribute more to the terrain type and have more control over that, or do you hold back working on your own flock and then suddenly go through, like a lot of cards at once? Yeah. So I just really like the push and pull of that. Sounds really interesting. That's why it's my number 8, Flockers.